in the final weeks of Jesus' life, he renames his disciples from servants to friends. And then he talks about the joy he has and the joy he hopes his disciples will have. My name is David Woodall. I'm with the United Church of Canada, and I'm pleased to be able to share worship with you this morning. We sometimes miss the powerful moment here when Jesus takes that action. When Jesus, in his final days, in the midst of turmoil and angst and pressure and disappearing trust and all the emotions that I can only imagine Jesus facing as he grapples with the reality of death, now shadowing all his waking moments and actions. In the midst of all this, Jesus talks about the joy that he has. We hear an awful lot today about pandemic fatigue. Have I remembered my mask today? Where is my mask? Oh, it's back in the car. It's at home. That's a question that for months behind us and perhaps for years ahead, we will ask, where is my mask? Sometimes it's like a nightmare that won't go away. The World Health Organization tells us that countries around the globe are suffering from pandemic fatigue. And this pandemic fatigue is posing dangers for mental and physical health, or should I say even greater danger for mental and physical health. Joni Mitchell said, "We don't know what we have till it's gone." Well, today there are no family gatherings. There are restrictions and shutdowns, and anti-maskers haunt our streets, and sometimes death stalks too many people. The initial thrill of sirens honoring healthcare workers and folks banging pots on their balconies, special pandemic increases to wages, all of that has grown old fast. I'm sure I'm not the only one who is thinking about the lonely black tunnel of winter that lies ahead. And I know that if I express the winter that lies ahead as a lonely black tunnel, that is exactly what I will find. So maybe I shouldn't be using those words. But I still think it will be a long and maybe lonely winter. Elizabeth Brunetti in the Globe and Mail talked about an awe walk. It's sort of a movement to go walking with the intention of observing and appreciating the small things. Leaves on a tree, a puddle of water, a touch of gold weather, the wind on your face. Oh, hey, do this. It's pretty awesome. This is a walk of encouraging hope in a time of stress and difficulty. And interestingly, researchers have found that when you and I see the world through a sense of awe, we report an increase in positive and happy feelings. I cannot help but think that when Jesus spoke with his disciples about joy, he was also speaking about living a life with a sense of awe. In the midst of turmoil and angst and pressure and trust and all the emotions that we face in these pandemic days, joy which doesn't seem possible actually is possible. Well, there's a song that I know, many of you know it as well. Some of the words go like this. I won't sing it. I'll just tell you the words. Joy comes with the dawn. Joy comes with the morning sun. Joy springs from the tomb and scatters the night with her song. Joy comes with the dawn. The early Christians were known for their love for others. They took care of each other. They took care of the sick and the homeless. They took care of orphans and widows. One of the reasons that Christianity spread like wildfire in its early years was that those early followers of the Way expressed their faith in a variety of loving actions. Of the early Christians, it was said, "See how they love. See how they share their joy. Joy is a byproduct of love. It is a byproduct of living with a sense of awe and wanting to share that with others. Joy, awe, love. These are all gifts from God. Haydn, one of the great composers of all time, was asked why his church music was so cheerful. And he replied, "When I think upon God, my heart is so full of joy that the notes dance and leap, as it were, from my pen. And since God has given me a cheerful heart, it will be pardoned me that I serve him with a cheerful spirit." Thousands of years before Haydn, the writer of Chronicles tried to convey a sense of this joy that is foundational to our lives. And note, this is thousands of years ago. That search for joy and that feel of joy and that wonder of joy has always been part of humanity. Sing to the Lord, all the earth. Tell of his salvation from day to day. Honor and majesty are before him. Strength and joy are in his place. A few thousand years later, Jesus put it this way: "The Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Remain in my love, so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be full." At one point in time, within certain Christian circles, the expression of emotion was frowned upon. In fact, one New Englander had put this on his tombstone: he was a Christian without emotion. In that age, it was a mark of piety to have faith without emotion. Today, echoed in the words of Jesus, but forming a powerful spiritual movement, we have come in touch with our deeper emotions, to come in touch with the earth and with each other, to come in touch with our spirituality, to love laughing and joy and celebration. Today we understand that faith without joy is no faith at all. And so today, there is a new search for a deep and sustaining joy in our lives. We want to touch the awesomeness of living. That awe walk might very well be the thing. Let's change that long, dark tunnel of winter into an awesome and white-crusted celebration of life. And do I need to say that this is one of those foundational moments that we look for in the fashioning of our lives? Joy isn't found in bottles or drugs or eating or any other thing that we could do. Joy cannot artificially be added to our lives. Joy comes. It is a byproduct of love and seeing the world through the eyes of awe. Life is not an endless round of suffering. In Jesus' final days, when the presence of dark tunnels loomed ahead, in a time of turmoil and angst and pressure, Jesus talked about the joy that he had. And out of that sense of joy, he renamed his disciples and called them friends. In these pandemic days, go on a walk with the eyes of awe and notice the amazing, wonderful world that surrounds us. Joy comes with the dawn. Joy comes with the morning sun. Joy springs from the tomb and scatters the night with her song. Joy comes with the dawn. God bless you in this week ahead. As we move from October to November, know that God always moves with us. And may you be blessed and be at peace. Stay safe, stay well. Amen.